We are gonna starve. That is the title of this video. What in the world am I saying now? I hope you stay tuned because it's a lesson in consumerism and a lesson that I finally learned. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. The title is We Are Going to Starve. Well, that seems a little drastic, doesn't it? That was my mentality for many years. And what did I do is I hoarded up food. Lots and lots of food. I spent my whole years producing food and canning it. And I love canning, but when you get too much, it's time to use it up. So let me go ahead and talk to you a little bit about I was saving everything for a rainy day. But you know what? I never used it. I was even saving food in the freezer, saving food in my pantry, saving clothing, saving blankets, saving all kinds of things for a day when I didn't have it. And that was my mentality. So every single day of my life, I was trying to produce more, trying to collect more. And that way I was holding on to it. You heard a lot of people who lived through the Great Depression did the same thing. When things were so scarce, when things started coming into production, they were hoarding on to everything because they were afraid they were going to lose it again. Well, to a certain extent, that was my mindset. It was a trap that I was in. I mean, I look back and say, what was I thinking? You know, it's okay to have food storage, and I love food storage, and I continue to do that on certain needed items. But I'm going to share with you a little bit my thought process and how it has really changed. So I was writing up my store list about what I need to get at the grocery store. And I thought I need to get a whole bunch of frozen corn to recan it. I like taking frozen vegetables and recanning it. It works great for me. But then I realized I still have 9 jars. 9 jars of this canned food. Why would I go and get another 30 jars and then have that 9 jars still not being consumed? So finally, I am free. I am free to not worry about that, and I don't need to get that corn today. Let me go ahead and use up the old corn that I have before I decide to make and can new corn. That's just the tip of the iceberg in my life. And through the years, people said, are you sure you want all that food? Are you sure you want all that food? And I thought they were crazy. But you know what? Some of them were right. I needed to be more of a balance. You know, doomsday may come, may not come. Things may come beautifully now, or things may not be very good. I don't know. But I can't live each day and just the whole drama of worrying about if I'm going to starve or not. So let me explain a little more. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my pantry, and this has been a lifesaver for me because we're not spending money. But I thought in my mind and in my head that consumerism would make me happy. Instead of going to the grocery store and spending $100 every week, when I have ample amounts of food, you're seeing videos of me using up my food. And it's going to be interesting. Let me tell you what. Interesting. I became a disorganized mess. I would buy olive oil. When I have olive oil in here, it expired a year ago, but it's sealed. It should be fine. But it was hidden back in this shelf of all kinds of things. Lemon juice? Wait a minute. I didn't know I had lemon juice. I was buying lemon juice and canning it. I already have some. I don't want to leave this mess for my children someday. I don't want to be 80 years old and have all of this food and not use it. I want to use it today. That's why this is the year of non-consuming. This is the year of using it up or doing without. Come on. I thought we were going to starve. Fear drives people to do many odd things. Now, having a pantry like this is not odd, but the fear in my mind was I needed to be a proper homemaker. I needed to can hordes and hordes of food. And to do what with it? Just to let it sit here? No, now we're using it. So it's hindsight 2020. Yes, now I'm glad I have all this food because I'm not spending. But in reality, all that work, I mean, it was years of work. So you can figure it for yourself if it was worth it or not. For me, now, since I'm not spending, it's just going to be great to have videos on using up all of this stuff. So next time you hear somebody say, pack it to the roof, pack it to the ceiling, just take it with a little bit of grain of salt and a little bit of wisdom, because you know, not everybody is meant to do that kind of thing and just pack food to the ceilings and to the rafters. It was, oh, this big thing on YouTube, pack it to the rafters. You know, I say don't pack it to the rafters, but I say have enough of food that keeps you having enough for a couple months to a year. You don't need 5 years of food. At least I don't think so anyway. Another thing is make soup. Soup keeps you nice and warm. A nice hot bowl of soup or some hot chocolate in the evening can really warm you up, and it makes a big difference. So today I'm making some potato soup. Most of these potatoes came from a garden. It's the last of them, and they weren't very nice at all. Take the food that people would throw away and work on it and salvage all of the food. So we're gonna have good potato soup, and these were free. And just a quick note, I like to go to the grocery store and look at the discount center, and I got this for $1.25. So I'm just going to cook my potatoes in the broth, and then when they're cooked, I'm just going to mash them up a little bit and add some potato flakes to thicken it. And using up my canned food, I have some canned celery that I'm going to put in as well. And that's all we need to do now until the potatoes get soft. And then when they're totally soft, I'm going to add a little milk and a little of my potato flakes, and it'll be nice and thick. It'll be great soup for tomorrow because I'm making it today, a day ahead of time. That way we have it for tomorrow when our girls come over. Here is a recap on some of the books that have been really inspiring me. All right, the kitchen's all cleaned up. So let's go sit in my little reading nook, and I want to show you these books because I have so many people ask me, well, what's inspiring me? They want to know. So let's go ahead and let's look at this. Money with the Tightwad Twins was one of them. They're back from the 80s and the 90s, but they are so much fun to read. Moms Saving Money. This is the Shoestring Sisters, I call them. And then we have the Miserly Meals. This is another one that really is inspiring. So these are books from the 80s. And these are books that I have been reading and doing a lot of research on. So here's the deal. So back then, when we were really into saving money, I had small children at home, and I thought life would be better with having money. I really did. And so to me, all the money saving things that I was doing, I did it because I had to. And then I realized that that was the most joyful time in my life. The most fun I've ever had in my life was having extreme tightwad and just living, you know, way below your means. And so that is what I'm trying to share in my videos, is living way below your means in order to save money. For us now, we have to think about the other end of our life and the rest of our life. And so that is why I am really into saving money now, because that way it's a habit and I just absolutely am having so much fun. The 3 books that I got today, you know, they're going to be so much fun for me to be able to read these and gain more knowledge. Knowledge is power. And when you learn about yourself and you learn about ways that you can save money if that's what you're looking for, and you learn more about what makes you happy, you know what? This was worth $1.50 for me because it has changed my life, because I realize less is best. And I knew that years ago. And now I realize that's how I want to end my life. I want the rest of my life to be how the beginning of my life was. And when I'm done with it, I donate it back to the thrift store. And then they get to have my donations and make money all over again. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys in the next one, and that is tomorrow. Remember, I have a video out every single day of the week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you're still subscribed. Every single day I have somebody subscribing saying they didn't know, but YouTube unsubscribed them. Here is the answer to your question. Why in the world would YouTube unsubscribe a channel? For someone like me who puts out a lot of content, if you don't watch every week my videos or comment on my videos, after 2 to 3 weeks, YouTube thinks that you're not interested anymore. They actually take you off subscriptions, and then they feed you with a bunch of other channels to try to get you to subscribe to another channel. And because I have a video out every single day, that means I have a lot of content. That means if you don't watch my content in a week, that'd be 7 videos. If you don't watch one video in seven days, they'll start taking you off. So that's just it. Then they do it to everyone, not just me. And there you go, everyone. So just make sure you give that like, or you make sure you're still subscribed, and watch my videos if you enjoy them, because we are on a fun ride